Hey everybody, welcome back to Captain of Industry, a game that makes you multitask like crazy, which is exactly what we're going to have to do in the next few videos. There's so much to do. There's so many things we have to look at, address as we prepare to progress to the next era of our industrial revolution here. And if we don't address these things in an organized manner, and I'm not talking about straight lines with pipes and conveyors either. If we don't do this in a good sequence, then we're going to find ourselves with dramatic shortages that's probably going to result in failure, right? Or at least make things more stressful. So I want to go ahead and address some of the inadequacies that we have in the game. And some of these things I cannot do much about, but, you know, we'll do the best we can, right? One of the things I can't do anything about is trying to figure out where the heck the sawmill is. I'm looking for it, man. I don't know where it is. So we're going to want to explore, and I think I'm going to spend a lot of time, you know, with the ship going out and exploring things in hopes to find it. Now, I want to prefix this by saying that this is a game where there's like, at any given time, there's like 25 things you want to do. But when I'm creating videos for them, it's not like just playing the game. When I create videos for them, I like the videos, I don't always get what I want, but I like the videos to be somewhat structured and organized towards a specific goal for that specific video. Yes, there are usually side quests on our adventure for that 45 minutes or so that we're on the air, but generally I try to focus on something. So even though something else might need done, and you might mention something to me in the comments that like, you should do this, and you should do this, and you should do whatever, that's probably on my list. It's just like number 6 or 7 on my list, and I can only fit in 1 through 4 today. You know what I mean? So you have to prioritize time. And so creating videos is not like just playing the game, is where I'm going with that. So today what I'd like to focus on are 2 things that I think can be improved. One is helping with this power. I have 3 different plans. It's not power, water, sorry. I have 3 different ideas. We're going to implement all of them on how we can help this water shortage problem. Now, the water shortage only exists here, which is unfortunate because that's where I need it the most. But this is the only place it exists because we don't connect our entire grid up to the same water, right? So I don't want to connect this to anywhere else, right? So how do I solve the water problem here, you know, without maybe adding more? I mean, obviously we can add more rainwater harvesters, but that only goes so far, and it only goes intermittently with rain. There must be something we can do to help this. Well, one of the things we're going to do today is we're going to not add to supply, but alter demand, because that's the 2 elements of your economy. In this case, a water economy. We have a supply and we have a demand, right? Right now, our supply does not meet demand. So in order to fix that problem, we either need to increase supply or we need to do something to destroy demand. And I think we're going to do the second thing. We're going to reduce demand on this. Now, that does not mean destroying farms. I don't want to do that. In fact, I'm actually going to be producing too many vegetables with this. So I've decided I'm going to go back to potatoes on one of these. I think that'll provide a good balance, because I'm noticing vegetables are just backed up everywhere now. So, you know, maybe we went a little overboard on the vegetables. It's fine. So I'd like to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to observe how this water grid system works with people, because people are requesting lots of water. And so that's part of what's being drawn out of the ground over here, right? Now, this is improving. It's at 1800. It's going to keep going up. But that is a significant draw on this. If we can reduce how much water people are taking from this part, then we free up the water for the crops, and ultimately we end up reducing demand on this part for water. So to do that, I'm going to finish my plan that I have over here, and the ultimate reason why these 2 tanks exist, although I didn't do it correctly. I'm going to be eliminating this pipe temporarily and bringing it back with this pipe. All right. So what we're going to be doing here And I don't have a whole lot of construction parts at the moment, although we're starting to see the rise of them, so that's good. I'm going to add a new civilization right here in this spot. This is where the end of my town is going to be, and it's kind of situated right here. Now, I didn't space this out correctly. If I was going to do this later, maybe differently, I might have opted to... I still could. I could eliminate these two and allow like extra water production to be here. But I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to add 2 water facilities over here, right here, and right here. We're going to add these 2 to town. Okay? So the town gets built. We have these 2 water facilities. Next, I'm going to take, and we're going to have a single pipe, small pipe, feed from this side all the way over like this. This is going to provide water, of course, to these 2 areas. Now, some of you are going to point this out to me, and I'm going to address it right now so that you don't have to. What about the wastewater? So the wastewater is going to build up inside these water facilities, and that is completely fine. We're going to allow these water facilities to build up, right? They're not going to get evacuated, right? Water's going to stay here. It's going to fill up. And that's not going to harm the civilization. And the reason for that is because the wastewater can still exit here, okay? And I'm actually going to upgrade this pipe, I think, because we may need it. The wastewater can still exit town from this part, right? So as long as these 2 don't fill up, we're fine. Health-wise, we're fine. And that's what we're focused on here. I also need to address Unity, and that deals with water pollution. We're going to look at that today, too. A lot of this today is going to be water. Again, there's a lot of things I need to do on this map. A ton of things I'd like to address. I want to focus on certain things for the purposes of videos, right? It's more of a content creation decision than it is a gameplay decision, in an effort to try to keep the videos focused and organized, which is going to be very difficult because this is a multitasking game. So what I'm hoping happens now is that while these tanks are full of water, they're not being used as much, at least directly. And this one here, you can see 14 out of 60 consumed every 60 seconds. And what we're going to end up having is now 13 now. And these guys over here, we're going to start getting this consumption as well, right? So I think the total sediment need here is 50.3. And what I'm hoping is, again, I want some of their water, maybe half of it, to come from this supply, and now half of it to come from this supply. That frees up extra water for the crops, okay? So we're going to take a look at this later. We'll come back to it, and we'll see how well that worked, okay? The next thing I need to do, I'm going to come over here. We just got power generation 3. I like this. This is low pressure steam. We're going to do that, but we don't need the extra power at the moment, so we're going to let it run. Also, since the last recording, they've updated the game. They've backpedaled on their decision to make distillers take power. So these buildings no longer take power again. So remember, that's the way it was in the beta. They early access, these things have power. They started to hear feedback from people, I guess, in various different capacities, how they could be soft locked by certain things. You need fuel to have power, but you need power to make fuel. And there was this soft lock thing. Again, these do not take power. You could have made power with fuel with this, but then you're restricted by coal, and you can't get coal without trucks and excavators having fuel too. So there was this complication. They've received some feedback, and so the distillers now, they no longer take power, so that you can still create fuel from oil, in a coal-free workflow like this one is, without needing power. So there it is. I want to address health a little bit, and that might help our Unity problem too. Let me come over here really quick. For this, I want to... We have no active diseases, so our health is good. So I would like to reduce the health boost here. And I want to go to my industrial edicts. I've already taken away fuel saver because we have more than enough. And I've activated the extra water saver to help with water even more. What I'd like to do today, though, is add to our water supply a little bit and also help with copper because our copper supply is not sufficient. We're not able to keep up with electronics. And as you can see, we have a dwindling supply. I do not want to run out of electronics and then not have them available for other things. Now, I've paused this belt mostly so that we could save up some construction parts and do things today, but also because these take electronics. And so I want to preserve them for maintenance. So that was another thing where I was saying, okay, we need to produce more. So we're going to do a couple of things here today to help with the copper situation. The first two things we're going to do is we're going to add another one here, and we're going to add another one right here. I think I'll be switching this. Yes, like this. We'll be switching it and going like this. So these are the two things we're going to be doing to help with this. I'm going to upgrade this belt to a level 2 once I get enough unity, I guess, to do so. We're going to take a flat conveyor. We're going to go this way and then in. And then this flat conveyor is going to go from here and come in like so. All right. We're also going to take this pipe. We're going to break down this whole pipe anyway. It's not going to be able to stay anyway. So this is a temporary solution. We're going to drop water in right there. All right. All these pipes get removed once we implement the next stage of this plan, which is acid. So let's put in a small, we'll do a bigger one. It's fine. We'll do a bigger acid storage. And I'm going to put that, I think, right here should be fine. This will store acid later. Okay. Acid is going to come from the sour water. We've been dumping it in the water, and that's adding to our health issues with water pollution. We're going to be using the sour water now to add more water to our grid, which I will show you where that's going in a second. But we're also going to be moving to alternative means of... Basically, I want to use the sour water, which is currently polluting our water. And I want to start using sulfur for rubber, which doesn't have a wastewater byproduct. So no wastewater byproduct here. So let's start with that too. A lot of stuff is about water today. So we're going to take the mixers. These are going to be what's making our acid. And I think I'm going to set them up like maybe here and here. So that'll be where our acid gets stored. And let's pause these for now, and we'll go to planning mode so that we don't need to worry about them yet. Let everything else run. Secondly, what I need to do is I need to put in a pipe balancer, I think right here. And so I'm going to remove this. This is a sour water one, right? Yeah. We want to remove this. So I'll put a pipe balancer in, I think maybe like right here. There we go. Stick it there, and let's put that back. Okay, let's go ahead, and I want to deliver this stuff. We don't have the unity. We don't have the unity. I gotta wait a little bit for the unity. I could reduce edicts a little bit just to help me with unity for now. So why don't I do the plenty of food edict? No, this gives me... Yeah, this gives me unity. I don't want to remove that. I want to probably... I mean, the only ones I have active right now are the water and plenty of food. So I actually don't think I can do much in terms of like getting unity sorted out here. We explored this. There's nothing there. Fun times. This is 860 kilometers away. I think these are too far to get with our fuel tank. Let's go back home. And I can probably go here. Need to get rid of the pirates. I can also explore these. So we're going to do those too. What I'm looking for is the sawmill on the map. I would really like to have that. Can't do the balancer here without some gold parts. Now, some people have made the comment about, why don't you have, we don't need these boosts actually. Yeah, because they're copper short. Why don't you make additional construction 1 parts that don't go into... gold parts. Like, why don't you make extras so that they don't get all consumed? And again, this is one of those things where there's like 25 things to do, and I just simply haven't gotten to that part on my list yet. But the real reason why that's not happening now, because you would think that's high on my list considering I have to keep stopping the belts. The real reason why that's not on the list is because we are low on wood. Wood is very difficult for us to get at the moment. Look at it. The lumber is in short supply, so I'm really hoping to find that. But what I'm going to do to help with this a little bit, I need to give the tree harvester access to the top here. It's really far away, but I need to give it access. So what I'm going to do is a couple of things. Our side quest, right? We're focusing on water, but this is our side quest. Where is it? Mine control towers. Buildings for vehicles. I always think it's in buildings, not for vehicles. We're going to pop a mine control tower here. I guess we're going to do so after we have construction parts. Great. You know what? Maybe we'll do it now. We're going to be light on these other ones for a little bit, but I think we'll do it now. Yeah, we'll make additional for this. So here's how we'll do this. I want one of these. And we're going to put this probably right here. And then we'll flip this one over and we'll put this one right here. We can probably go a little bit further back, but no, it's fine. We're going to put these two here. And this is going to allow us to create extra construction parts. To connect these up, it's really clean, actually. We're going to take the flat conveyor from here. This is going to give it concrete. Done. And concrete on this side is going to come from hooking up. Where is it? Right here. This little corner. There. Bringing it over to here and then there. So that gives us concrete in both of these. We can go ahead and build those with Unity. So when we get the gold parts, I guess I'll go ahead and build these. But that gives us concrete directed in here. Then it's really easy. Wood comes in from this side. And we'll just go ahead and do something like this. And then iron comes in from this side like that. And then wood will come in from this side. And I'm mostly showing you this like really cleanly. Like you can see, I don't have to plan this. I know what this is going to happen already. Like I said, it's on my list. I didn't think I needed to do it quite yet. The resources were better spent elsewhere, at least I thought. So we'll build these belts and get this supply started. But here's the problem. Again, we're really low on wood. And so we're going to be robbing wood from the supply that we're using over here. Now it's just going to be the way it is. I think I'm going to cancel that upgrade because I don't like to see the little arrow. Then what we're going to do as sort of a way of having that extra storage is I'm going to place storage for this right here. And we're just going to have the conveyors come off of here. From here. Yep. And then straight into there. And then you can just meet up like that. And so this will be construction parts, level 1, but they're not going to get used for level 2 parts because these two storages are off on the imports and all of these are off on the imports. So they won't be used for that. And there it is. So we'll let them build this. There are some extra gold parts we're going to need. And I think to make this a little bit faster, I'm just going to go ahead and pause this belt so that we don't push any more gold parts into that workflow. So now we're able to accumulate a little bit faster. And I should be able to get these buildings built much quicker now. I'm hoping. Almost. We're almost there. Let's just kind of tap with this tool for a little bit. See if we can't get it to all happen. No? Won't happen? So close. You gotta wait it out until it highlights and then you can click it. It's because of Unity. It's not because of supply. But we should be able to at least make it with this now. So the wood will come in and we'll start seeing this produce. But again, the wood is in very short supply, so that's a little bit difficult to get. And then you're going to store construction parts. So as they build this, the trucks will do this kind of on their own, I guess. But I do want to get at least one working. There we go. And I want to get the... Man, Unity is really hard to get, isn't it? Oh my gosh. This is done. Let's have... Wow, sorry about the camera. This is repaired. Everything's ready to go. I want to go and... Not enough fuel. Oh man, because it's so far away. So we only have enough fuel to go 2080? 2080 kilometers. Okay, well, if this is 846, we should be able to get there and back. But maybe that's a direct line. Like this is 846 kilometers away in a direct line, and we have to go around, which, again, I don't understand that part because it's the water. But let's go battle with the pirates. Maybe we'll find it there. Because sometimes good stuff is underneath the pirate tiles. Can I build you? Yes. Okay, so this is going to be construction parts, and now we have a dedicated supply of construction parts that we can use later on. All right, but the trucks are going to take them, but at least they can do that, right? And they won't bring them over here. At least they shouldn't. They'll bring them to other construction projects, like the stuff way over here. Now, I'm really low on wood. I'm always low on wood, and so I can spend rubber to buy this, but it does cost Unity to do that. But I can spend the rubber to do that. And then I can potentially, if I have the Unity to do so, finish off this supply over here. Let me just go ahead and check the water tank. And you can see we're starting to get some water built up in the tank. This is good. So we're reducing demand on this. And again, the wastewater doesn't matter if it's building up over there. It can exit here and it can be dumped. As long as it can be dumped out of town, it doesn't matter from which side it gets dumped. So these can be full. It's totally fine. And we have the sawmill. Yes, the sawmill is here. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it feels so good. We're starting repairs on this immediately. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. We need it so bad. Okay, so I was going to put the mining tower over here and get a ramp going up top, and I still want that. So we're going to build it anyway. But, yeah, like that was... This is much better. Okay, so give me a second here. I want to take... let's pull one of you off of this. Yeah, just one. And we'll stick you in this one. And then I want at least 2 trucks. I think 2 trucks can be here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want you to dig in this area. And rather than dump a hill up here, because that's a lot of traveling, right? They have to get the materials from somewhere else, bring them all the way over here and dump it. Rather than do that, I have a better idea, I think, anyway. We'll see how it goes. I want to dig a ramp up top like this. I want to dig into the mountain to bring supply up here. Then I'm going to look at all the tiles that are already faded in. So this one, and this one. And now we're going to switch to the dumping tool, and we're going to go ahead and lay in. My headphones just fell out of my ear. I don't know if you heard that or not. Bang on the desk. Anyway, so we have these 3 that are going to end up being dumping zones, okay? And maybe just to provide a little bit more ammo for those dumping zones, we could also have this ramp maybe go up like this high too. Just a little bit more up the hill, right? All right. Now I have left feedback. It looks to me like this should be a dumping zone as well, though, shouldn't it? Should be. I've left feedback for these guys on this, and you can let me know what you think about this idea in the comments down below. I actually left this feedback for them right before I made the mining tutorial. It was sort of like during the process of our discussions when I was like consulting with them on getting the details right. And here's my hot take, okay? I don't think these 2 tools even need to exist. I think these 2 tools can be merged into a single terrain tool. Rather than saying, I want to mine here or I want to dump here, just tell the game where you want the terrain to be and let the game sort out whether or not it should be mined or dumped there. And if it needs to be mined there and you don't have a mining tower, then they won't mine it. If it needs to be dumped there, but it's in the range of a mining tower and it's restricting what can be dumped there, then they'll dump something else there, right? All the same rules can apply that existed before, but just merge the tool. It doesn't need to be multiple tools with multiple hotkeys. That's my opinion on it. And so like you can weigh in on that in the comments if you'd like. Maybe they'll see it, but I just think it's a better, more fluid experience if these 2 tools were just merged into one single terrain tool. Okay, so we're gonna have them dump here, and they'll dump all the excess rock here. And then what we're gonna do is mine here. We'll mine this rock out, and we'll use that rock to dump it over here and make another ramp down the side here. Now, I was going to maybe dump here and make like a shortcut, but it's not actually a shortcut, because if you take a look at the dumping tool and you go down here, you can see this is like -22, -23, right? It gets really deep. Even over near the mountain here, it's still like -12, -13. And up top here, we're at +10. So 20 levels down, we have to dump. I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, obviously, this does get down to sea level here, right? I mean, we do get to sea level. But even then, to dump supplies, even as far as like, say, 7 levels down, 8 levels down, all the way around here to get a shortcut, it's not a shortcut. This is the shortcut. just drive it. It's fine. Now, we're going to have a fuel issue out here because obviously the excavator is going to need to refuel and all that. So I'm going to help this problem preemptively, and I'm certain I'm going to find it. Here it is, fuel station. And we're going to drop a fuel station in, I think maybe just halfway. I want it to kind of be usable for other things later, but I think we'll drop a fuel station in maybe like right here. Maybe over here. I think maybe right here. And then we'll also add a little fluid storage tank to it. And then we'll build these with Unity if we can. Okay, one of them built. That's fine. This one should be built as long as we have the construction parts. No, it's all Unity. It's all about Unity anyway. We're going to have fuel. We're going to have diesel in here and tell them to keep it a little bit full. And then we're going to assign 2 trucks to this. Okay, so the goal here, of course, is to get it to where the excavators can just go here to fuel instead of having to go all the way over here, right? We don't want them to have to do that. So hopefully that solves that problem. All right, so let's get this pipe balancer built, because right now our entire fuel thing is stalled because of sour water. So going along that note for sour water, we're going to take a storage tank, and I'm going to place this, I think, right here. Or should it be here? Actually, let's do the sour water stuff first. Yeah, so we'll go into, I think it's this. Yeah, sour water stripper. And we're going to go, I think probably like maybe, well, this is where the, oh, that stuff's going to have to be moved. Yeah, I think we're going to move that. Or let's put this like so. Flip it over and we'll go about like that. We have room now for 2 extras in this. I don't believe we'll need them in the short term, but we probably will in the long term. And these are going to take the sour water instead. So from there, we're going to say the fluid storage is going to be over here. Maybe we'll turn it on its side. I think that's probably for the best. Here instead. Yeah, here instead. So we'll take this pipe, pop it in there. This pipe's going to wrap around, and we're going to feed the sour water, I think, in... I think we'll go around this way with it. Okay, cool. Next, we need steam. So the steam is coming from over here. We're going to need to finish this pipe, but that's the only one we need to finish. The other ones can wait, but we're going to finish this pipe. Then I'm going to toggle the direction to make it go this way. Then we're going to take the steam. We're going to go across here at level 2. I think level 2. Yeah, I think we'll go level 2. Right alongside this pipe. And then we're going to have this merge this way. Drop down to level 1. And then go in like that. And like that. So now we're feeding steam into these two, okay? That's where the steam's coming from. We're already producing excess steam. It's just built up in here, right? So we want the steam to go that way if it's in excess. So that's what it's going to do. And that's what we're going to end up having over here. So let's go ahead and build these if it's possible. Might be a little light on Unity here for a little bit. And there we go. So the next couple things we need to do, we need water. And we need these to be moved. I'm going to move these over to where the sulfur can be directly underneath this belt. So I'm thinking here. Yeah. Well, we want the pipe. Yeah, we want the balancer too, though. Hang on. We'll bring it out to here so we can get the balancer in. We're going to want loose storage for the sulfur. Ooh, it should be here. Yeah, so we'll put loose storage like this for the sulfur. This allows us to bring this up like so. Let's do it like this. Yep. U-shaped belt comes out of here, wraps around, and plugs in to the center, we'll say, like so. Then this comes out here into here. You know what? I'm changing my mind on this just a little bit. It's a small change. We're gonna have the loose storage face this way instead. Yeah. Then the U-shaped belt still heads up here into here directly and out through here. Then after this storage, what I want to have happen is a U-shaped balancer here. This U-shape will then come out and then over like so, and this will feed into there. Then what will happen, and I want to change it again. I'm not quite happy with its placement. I want to line this up to be really nice. I want the U-shaped balancer to be here instead. There. This is going to go here, and this will head out this way. Almost. You got it. Okay. Then from here, it'll head out and go along this pipe. Okay. It's going to go along under that pipe. And I'll show you that in a second. But for now, I need to get all this stuff built. So once this whole thing is built, we should start seeing sour water with the steam getting stripped out, and it's going to become sulfur, ammonia, and water. The water is going to feed into a fluid storage, which is going to be located, I think for now, I want to have room to expand this, but probably here is good enough. So the water from these is going to come up, and it should just be a level 1 pipe here. It doesn't have to be heavy. And then we're going to go this direction with it. That's fine. Yeah. And it'll drop down from here and then feed into this. Okay. And then you can just go up 1 level and into there. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and build you. Probably could have got away with level 1 storages just for the sake of using, you know, different parts. But it's fine. I'm not short on supply on parts. I'm short on unity. So the trucks can still come out and do things. Although I would really like to build this pipe to get it started, but it is what it is. Is this paused right now or what? Yeah, this pipe is... Oh, this is the oil pipe anyway. I don't want this one. I want the steam pipe. The steam pipe is done. Okay. So it's this one that has to be built. We have 382 gold parts. We just simply don't have... Like, we don't have enough of them. But we're going to fix that because we just got the sawmill on the map. So we're going to start loading the ship for the sawmill. 200 parts, bring in here. That's a P1. And we have 390 of them now. So I want to see the trucks hop too. We have that many because we stopped making the red parts. Now for the red parts, we could use them for cargo ships. Absolutely could. However, what I'd like to do is we're going to start recycling just a little bit. Recycling is an interesting thing. I don't know if it's going to work out. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to use one of these big recycling centers. And I think I'm going to get this to be kind of like right here. I don't want it to crowd the ramp, so I want to allow the trucks to pass through. We're going to get one here. And we'll also have one here. However, we're not going to have that one built yet. So the red parts will go here. Okay. And I'm going to pause that. It's just red parts, so let it go. We're not really building anything else with red parts at the moment. All right. You guys are all trapped. That's fun. Let's spend the unity. I don't have it, but once I get it, I'll be sure to unstuck you. Here, actually, let's just do this. Can you get out of there now? There you go. And then go back and make this acid storage again, which it doesn't need to be big. We can do small here. Yeah. Let's just do a small acid storage. Acid there. Okay. So we've got all of you guys kind of built. We're going to start with water as your formula, but we're going to switch this to acid later. Let's go ahead and click this and get that going. Then we need a belt put in over here. And so the flat conveyor is then going to take it that way. There we go. And finally, another flat conveyor from here takes the copper directly into the door like that. That'll work for me. And, you know, maybe if it's not going fast enough or if it's whatever, we can always do that too, but I don't think it's needed. All right, so we theoretically just doubled our copper production, at least on the refining side. We didn't double it here, and right now we're boosting this, which is making it hard to get unity. So I think what I'll do is unboost all of these, which should make it easier to get unity, but it's also less copper. So what I'd like to do instead is we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste this right here. Yep, right up against that. And then we're also going to take you two, bring you over here, and let's say we'll put you like this. All right, so this is going to double our copper on this side too. We also have this copper tank that can be filled, and we'll probably need filled later. But let's look at this. So I could upgrade this belt to a conveyor too to be able to handle the throughput. But you can see it's kind of putzing along anyway. I don't think it's going to be necessary. So I'm going to take this off this U shape here, and I'm going to go this way with it. I'll leave it at level 1. Yep. Do I want it at level 1, or I'm thinking about the recyclables. Like, do I want to maybe go level 2 so the trucks can bring the recyclables in here? But perhaps not. One option. This is an interesting option. I like this option, actually. We could take a bridge and put a bridge right here. If I put a bridge right here, this is going to let the trucks get in here and deliver recyclables, which is very good. I like this idea. So we'll do that. Let's say we want it to be up high, at least level 1 from here. But then we want it to come down. Then from there, though, we want it to go under the bridge. That's going to be the problem. If they were further apart, that would make sense. But it needs to be level 1, at least to this height, and then it can drop down to be underneath and go like this. And then I guess we can take the copper belt and we can go under it from here in like that, and then maybe come around from here and deliver it like this. That's one way to get around this bridge problem. I think that'll work out fine. Let's bring this bridge back over and we'll go like that. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Okay, then we need to redo some of these other things too. So I want to have the slag. How many parts do I have? I'm doing good on Unity now. Cool. We can do this quickly. So I'm gonna hold Shift on these. That removes the entire pipe, by the way, if you're playing the game yourself and didn't know. We can also remove this entire slag belt here too. So we're gonna just take all this stuff away. Yep. And what we're gonna do is reroute it all through a new system. So we'll have this go up to height 1. Yeah, like so. And then it comes over, doesn't have to go quite that far. It can go here. And then it comes straight over top of all this other stuff. And then hooks in like that. And that's where all the slag is gonna be. So we'll take the U-shaped conveyors and just hook it up there like that, and hook this up there like that. And that should be fine. We can go ahead and recover you. If the bridge gets built, we don't have to recover you, actually. That'll be a good way to test the bridge. You should be able to get in there. There you go. Nice. Okay, so we got the bridge put in. Now, we could put a large bridge in. It does have a center section, if you didn't know. the larger bridge, the largest bridge, I guess, the center piece for that is raised up higher, and so you can do one height stuff underneath it, at least in the 4 tiles of the middle. So it's a big improvement for a bridge. Okay, we're gonna need to get the molten channels. So we're gonna bring that under and go like this, and under and go like this. We don't need to do that. I could just like merge that there and go from here. It would technically save me like 1 construction part, but I think I like the look of this better, so I'm just gonna run it. And then for exhaust, we need to change the exhaust system too. So you'll notice I took away the exhaust here. And so what we need to do is I'm gonna put a bigger one in. I'm gonna put it right here next to this. And then we're gonna take a regular pipe. We're gonna go up to level 2, just above the slag bridge, or slag belt, I guess. And we're gonna go in like this and then down like that. And then this pipe is gonna go up. Level 2. Yep. Across here, hook up to there. Very good. And then you get to be a level 2 pipe. Boom. Okay. And that will take care of our exhaust problem as well. So that will take care of that. We'll put this pipe in like so. And put this pipe in like so. Alrighty then. Let's build these with Unity if we can. I don't know if we can, but I'm going to try. Try my hardest. There we go. And then the final step to this is getting the new copper sorted around, the new impure copper sorted and routed. So we'll take the conveyor from here. We'll go up to level 1. We're going to go around this way, cross in front like that, and then down like this. And that'll route that. And then we'll have the regular conveyor just go connect there, connect here, and connect here. That's not what I wanted to do. And we're good. Okay. And that's how the new copper will be. This will double copper output. What I'm hoping happens is that we have a reliable source of copper constantly coming in to fully saturate these guys so that they can keep making electronics very fast, and maybe even fast enough to where I can boost them. That would be nice. Let's go ahead and turn red parts back on. So we also want this built because that's going to help us with our construction parts. But again, it's wood. Everything is about wood. So let me see what we've got going on the ship right now. We should be loading this, at least I hope. We have 192. We only have 8 in here. I need more trucks on this. I also need more workers. So let's go ahead and unload the crew. And I need more trucks doing this. How's our wood supply? Go ahead and mark all of these trees. They really do, in my opinion, we really do need a way to plant trees. Reforestation needs to be incorporated into this game. Because otherwise I would have gotten locked out completely with wood. And if I hadn't found that sawmill, maybe I started exploring this direction. If I hadn't got that sawmill, I would be in deep trouble. I wouldn't have any parts to do anything. That would suck a lot. All right, this tank is full, and we've done nothing. We've done nothing for consumption or anything like that. We haven't altered the rules at all in terms of production. Consumption we did, but production we didn't alter the supply. All we did is reduce the demand. So now they only get half their water from over here, and they get some from over here instead. And these tanks are still full, so that feels good. We can go ahead and maybe do that. And I think I also want to get some more wood brought in with our rubber. So let's go ahead and build that one, and we'll have that one queued up too. All right, there we go. So 230 red parts have been delivered to the waste sorting plant. We actually ran completely out, and that's because our storage doesn't support having that. Now, this doesn't have a lot of vehicle parts in it, and I can go ahead and empty this. I've already repurposed the one that was here making vehicle parts. I've already repurposed it to be for electronics, and I've fully upgraded it to electric too. So we're doing as much as we can here in terms of making electronics. I'm gonna pause you just for a little bit. And You're not built yet. Construction parts. Where are you? Where are you? You just keep getting robbed. The trucks. Here, let's prioritize this, and the trucks will probably build this instead, which would be nice. Okay, so looking over here, we don't even have this built yet. Come on. That should start the process, right? Build all of this. There you go. Come on, trucks. You can do it. Sour water will go in here right away. There it is. Be fed into here, and we should start seeing steam be delivered here. I thought anyway. The connector is paused. It's always the connector being paused. That's the biggest problem with stuff like this. You'll click the pipe and you'll say unpause. You didn't click the connector though, and it's a completely separate thing. So here's steam high. We should start processing this now. So we'll see sulfur get kicked out. That'll be great. That'll be a good sign that we are on the right track here. So here's what I want to see now for the next little bit. We want to deliver this stuff, and we're now going to reduce water consumption. Again, this is all part of water consumption still. It's still connected to the theme of the video, okay? We're going to reduce water consumption by changing the formula here so that it doesn't use water. Instead, this is not going to use 6 water every 60 seconds each. Instead, we're going to use acid for this. We are also simultaneously going to be contributing extra water into this system right here so that it can help facilitate more water for these people. So let's take a look and see how that works. We're going to have water brought in to make acid here. So this is our formula. And you need to be toggled direction. There we go. And so our formula is for 12 water every 60 seconds. That's easy. So we're going to have this go up. Can we just bring it back? Let's just bring it back. We'll go up to level 2. Yeah, that's fine. Up to level 2 here across. Yep, across. I really hit that T that time. Did you guys hear that? Oh man, did I hit that T. That T sound. All right. Then I want to go the acid right here, right? So the acid, it doesn't come out very fast. It's 24 every 60 seconds. If we ever boost this, then maybe we'll need an extra belt. But we're never going to need an extra belt because we're never going to boost this. So I don't really care. So what I'd like to do with you is bring you around this way. And let's go... oh, you're already level 2. Ooh, okay. You know what? That's fine. We can go... we'll go level 3 with you. Yeah. We'll go level 3 with the acid. So the acid comes around. I can't rotate the camera. What's going on here? There it goes. The acid's going to come around. We're going to line it up with this bridge. About there. And then we're going to feed it this way. Level 3. Right? And then what we're going to do is... we're going to pull it off of this. Ooh, I actually want... no, I've changed my mind. I want the water to be level 3. And I think I actually want the water coming in somewhere else. No, we're going to make the water level 3. I'll show you why in a bit. Yeah. This comes in here, then goes down from there. Yeah, level 3. Now the acid is going to go underneath this belt, underneath this pipe. So this pipe is also going to head this direction. This is the water pipe, not the acid pipe. Water pipe goes all the way across here. And I maybe could do another bridge, but I don't think excavators need this. Do they? They can already run through here. Yeah, I don't think the excavators need this. You guys can run through here too. It's fine. All right, so we're going to take you all the way across like so. Meet up with the sand belt. And we're going to pop you in, and you're going to end up being right here. And we can maybe drop you down at level 2 at this point. And you're going to end up connecting to this pipe right there. Okay, then the acid pipe is now going to go underneath that. So we're going to say that the acid goes level 2. Right like so. and it will ride right underneath this at level 2, so it doesn't obstruct the trucks. But now that it's the lower belt, we can pretty safely drop it right into that tank. Okay. And then the only thing left to do there is to get the other one hooked up to it, which is what I just did there. Okay. Let's start getting all this stuff built. And we should see acid begin to get constructed very soon. As soon as we have water in this tank, which hasn't happened yet because I don't know, because it's 24 water. Yeah, you should be good with just a single pipe. Now the last thing we have from the sour water strippers is ammonia. This is going to build up quickly. Unfortunately, we don't really have a use for that yet, unless it's fertilizer. And I don't want to make fertilizer over here. It's way too far away from my farms. So what we're going to do is this setup, this advanced oil setup, is going to also be built over here. And we're going to have another cargo brought in over here. There's usually another oil rig on the map somewhere. But you can see, even without filling this in, there is a spot here where this cargo depot can just fit. And so we'll end up building one of these over here as well. We'll bring in oil from this side, and we're going to have all this processing happening over here too. And this is part 2 of my 3-prong attack, I guess, on the water supply for the farms, is that because we'll be generating extra steam here, we can offload that steam to seawater and the thermal desalinators. And then that water can go right into the farms. It'll be located over here instead. So those are the plans in the future, okay? I'm from the future, and I've given you the plans in the future. There you go. Build this because we can. Get it all hooked up. I'm pretty sure all of these are hooked up too. Not missing any pipes or anything. And you can see this. You see this? It's done. Boom. These water tanks are full. And the water supply is still not fully recovered, but it's full. And that's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. So I would say bravo, but that'd be like, you know, patting myself on the back. But I will. I'll pat myself on the back and say bravo. Now the next, I could just delete this pipe because it isn't really needed anymore. But we'll leave it because it's not really hurting anything. Okay. So I think I've addressed all of the things I wanted to address in this video. We've got pretty much, we're going to get the acid being made here. That's going to happen very soon. It just hasn't happened quite yet. Yeah, the water is already being brought here. That's good. So I just need the parts necessary to make this pipe. And that's 35 construction parts. We don't have quite that many yet. We're at about half that. But eventually that'll get done. Recycling is going to be done very, very soon. And you see that we have no research selected. I was, again, trying to prevent electronics consumption until I had the copper situation sorted. And of course, the Lab 3 parts, this takes electronics. So, but now we can go into naphtha processing. We can go into storage as being higher. We can start overloading our trucks. We can go, I think, salt production next. I do want to get into chicken farms, although I'm not quite ready for that yet because it takes water. So I'm not quite into that yet, but we will at least get the research going at least and queue it up. Fermentation is also looking kind of interesting when it comes to like getting ethanol and stuff going. So we'll see how that works. You're just using it for rubber, right? So seems pretty okay. And then we have a couple of recycling edicts we could get. We have naphtha reforming. I'm interested in getting the fuel gas specifically. And yeah, so we can start that processing now. And I want to just see if we can maybe complete these belts and get them done so we can start seeing results maybe. So we want to have copper ore and coal, but we also want to allow copper scrap to be used. And same thing with this over here, and really all of these. We want to allow all of that to happen. So copper ore, coal, and copper scrap being allowed. That's what we're looking for. It looks like I didn't connect the coal belt to this. Let's do that and ready to rock. So let's copy the settings from this, and we're going to apply it to all of these. And that, again, allows them to use the copper scrap. So once we start recycling, trucks can bring the scrap in, and we could use scrap instead, which does result in less exhaust being used. So that's kind of nice. It also means that less copper ore is used in that situation because we're using the scrap instead. We're going to upgrade this storage because we'll most likely need more copper with this increased, production, I guess, in that. And so I'll also add an extra excavator and a truck. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready to rock. There's the quick deliver on the acid tank, and acid is now flowing into the tank. Good. So at this point, we can now look to finalize this transition and, reducing our water consumption by removing this acid setup. All of this stuff can go now. Stop. I don't want you done. Cancel. Go back. And I want this to now be hooked up here. All right, so let's deliver that really quick. Now we can tear this down. That can go. And then we're going to toggle the direction on that pipe to bring it that direction. And then just before this, I don't want to do it here because then the water ends up getting like circled here. So I'm going to do it right after this. And we're going to bring a pipe from this side. And it's going to look a little, there's going to be a bit of spaghetti here. You're just going to need to embrace it, okay? We're going to bring this under the bridge and then hook it up right there. And quick deliver. And then finally, we upgrade this pipe to be level 2. What we've done here is we've taken away the water consumption for the copper, which they already have water in their tanks. So they're going to use some of it for a little while anyway. They're going to start using it until they're empty. And this one specifically, I think, is the last one to do that. And then they're going to get a new recipe. We're going to start using acid instead. Okay, so acid is what we're using. Then this pipe is going to come up top like so. We'll go height 2. And we're going to bring it around here. Height 1 is actually better. Yeah, we're going to bring it around here. And it's going to go right here and stick into there. Come on. There. There we go. And there. And there. And then finally, on this side, it goes into there. And then we quick build all of these. Now what we've done is we've made our copper production even more efficient by using acid instead of water. We can now get, instead of getting 19.5 copper from the 24 impure, we're now getting a 1-to-1 ratio. And we're just going to use the acid instead of the water. So once this thing runs out of water, which it still hasn't run out yet, we're going to turn off truck imports because what's probably happening is the trucks are bringing water to it. And that's fine. Once they run out of water, they'll use acid instead. Okay. I think just to feed the acid a little bit faster through here, although I don't think it's necessary, because the intake is only a level 1 pipe, so there's no reason to make this a level 2. And this is going to fill up. I think it's still, these pipes are going to fill up anyway. It takes a while for them to push through this, so we're good. But in addition to reducing our water consumption over there, we're also now adding water by having it routed this direction and having it be pushed into here, which then gets it to either go this way with a level 1 pipe, totally fine, because this is also level 1, no big deal. But it can also now be possible for it to go this way, hook up to the pipe balancer, which can then feed it in that direction. And you can see that this pipe is completely full, not because of the throughput being maxed out, but because its end point is full. So this is not a fully saturated pipe, and I don't need another one. It's because these tanks are full. And as long as these tanks are full, then I know that my people have water. If these tanks are ever empty, I can look over here to see if this one's full, and we can go from there. But again, the wastewater is going to be maxed out here, but it won't matter for health reasons because it will be ejected this direction anyway. So we have now successfully began using our sour water, and instead of just dumping it all the time. So the last step, and then we'll end this video, I swear, is the ammonia. Again, I'm not going to use it here because fertilizer is not something I'm going to do here. So unfortunately, we are going to burn it. It is not a 1-to-1 in terms of air pollution. It's 36 ammonia for 24 air pollution. So it's not the dirtiest thing we can burn, but it is still dirty. We're going to stick a flare right in here. It's the only thing I can think of. And we'll just go ahead and connect this and build the pipes. And now we will burn the ammonia. So we're going to add a little bit of air pollution, but we're removing or reducing water pollution. And I think there's a decent balance there. We still have twice as much plus on the health than we do negative on the health. And if we can provide extra benefits for health, maybe a better diet with food diversity and stuff, that might help us a little bit more too. So, okay, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to start the next video by making a small change in my coal area. And then hopefully we will get the sawmill up and running, because that's got to happen. And the ship we got to get those construction parts in on the ship too. So we'll start the next video by doing that. We have plenty of stuff to do that doesn't involve that sawmill. So we'll get to work right away next time. Bye-bye.